Hey Sagittarius, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today we're going to be using the Rider deck as our oracle deck. I felt drawn to it today. I feel like this deck is going to set the tone for our read. So it's going to talk about the challenges that you're going through in life right now, maybe some obstacles, what your situation is, and then we're going to use the other tarot deck, and it's going to kind of clarify where you're going, give a little insight into the future and some guidance as well. So I'm excited to see what we got going on for Sagittarius today, and so are the powers that be, because we have a bunch of cards that popped out here. So your first card is going to be the Knight of Wands. Interesting. So this Knight of Wands can bring a swift energy. He can speak of change coming. He can speak of moving, and he can speak of moving on. Sometimes when he speaks of moving, like physically moving, it speaks of over a long distance. Interesting. So we have the Tower card in reverse. So the Tower card usually represents a disappointing, sometimes unexpected ending, something sudden, something sometimes quite traumatic. This is interesting, but it's in reverse. So we might be moving into a new beginning. And this might be part of what the Nine of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, sorry, is representing. So this is the aftermath of the Tower and moving on and starting fresh, starting something new here, guys. Interesting. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, but in reverse as well. So the Seven of Pentacles does represent an abundant harvest. So we might be going through a rough time right now, where maybe what we're working for isn't paying off, or abundant harvest that we hoped was going to pay off sort of went to the shit here, guys. And this might be part of the move too. This might be part of this need to sort of have a fresh start somewhere. Interesting. And then I have the Eight of Pentacles, and he is in reverse too. He speaks of learning. He is the Apprentice card. This is what you were working towards. You were working towards building something. It might have been, he speaks of learning a trade. So it could have been building a career, but it could have been building a relationship too, or trying to build a life, putting something together somewhere, working towards this abundant harvest. But it did not come to fruition, and that's why the Knight of Wands is involved. This moving on, looking for a fresh start. And then I have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups does represent an emotional victory. And that's what this moving on is going to be for you, this fresh start. It's going to be like a cleansing in moving forward and in starting a fresh new life. Sort of wiping the slate clean. And see, we have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands does represent good news on the way. And Wands, I do tend to associate Wands with career, with jobs. And this might be you moving on and moving forward. It could just be tied to the Knight of Wands and saying that this moving on, moving forward is going to bring good news. It's going to bring good things. And we already know that because we do have this Knight of Cups here who's saying, the same thing. This move is going to be good for you. This is something that you need in your life. The Wheel of Fortune card represents your fortunes changing for the better. So there might even be something coming in the near future that's sort of, it's like that validation from the universe, that this move was the right thing to do. Leaving all of this Tower, this Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, all of these in reverse, being able to leave that behind was the right choice to make, because it's taking you on the path to something better, the path that you are meant to be on, because all of this is not where you were supposed to be, which is why it did not work out the way that you hoped it did. The Page of Swords. So this Page of Swords can represent delayed or disappointing news. And this might be speaking to everything that happened in the past and being able to process the feelings that come from this. He also, when he speaks to a person, he speaks of somebody who's younger, somebody who's immature and still has growing to do. And guys, and you might hate me for saying this, but I feel a touch of that in this read. Like this was part of your growing process. There was lessons to be learned here. And there's something to be taken away that's going to help you in this new journey that you're moving forward into with this moving and this moving on, this fresh start. The Six of Wands. Excellent. The Six of Wands represents triumph over obstacles. And what you're going through right now, all this shit with the reverse cards and this transitionary period, it is full of obstacles. These are obstacles that have to be overcome. They have to be navigated to be able to find that success along the way. But from what I can see in the rest of the cards, this choice that you made to move on, to move forward, to try and start fresh, this is the best choice you could have made. This is going to bring you victories. This is going to bring a change of fortunes for you. And I have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands represents that positive movement forward. So overcoming your obstacles while staying focused on your goal. So focusing on success, focusing on where you want to be, where you want this journey to get you to. And then all the obstacles that come along the way, just navigating them in a forward way. So not letting anything hold you back from moving on towards your goal. I also have the Two of Swords. So this Two of Swords can represent indecision. And this might be in regarding what you're doing, and regarding this new path that you're taking, and regarding this new move, and sort of wondering if you're doing the right thing in moving away from whatever this was. These cards that are in reverse, this shit that did not work out. From what I can see in the cards, like I said, guys, this is the best choice you could have made, because whatever these cards represent here, and you know what they represent, because it is your read, that was not the path that you were meant to take. There is a different path that's meant for you, and you are now moving towards that path and moving on. And the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords can represent feeling stuck or trapped in negative thoughts or emotions, so much so that you do have trouble finding clarity. Like the Two of Swords, in this feeling of indecision, having trouble finding clarity in your situation. These cards also speak of when you're feeling this way, taking a step back and looking at your situation from a new perspective. And a lot of times that means taking emotion out of it, guys, because emotion's great. Beautiful emotions bring a lot of value into our lives, but the negative emotions they're like the hanging man card. They hold us back. They hold us back from taking chances, from going after opportunities that we would like to pursue, like the fear, the doubts, the insecurities. And this is what this is speaking to. It's speaking to this worry over making the right choice, this worry over moving forward, or should I have tried harder to make this work? Am I doing the right thing? Am I now moving in the right path? This is what the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords speaks to. So taking that step back and being able to look at things from more of a logical point of view is going to help to reassure you in your choices moving forward. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands represents that feeling of being overwhelmed or overburdened. This definitely comes into play in a lot of transitional periods in our lives, when we're sort of unsure of a direction, unsure of where to go, we're feeling disappointed about something that didn't work out the way that we hoped it would. So this makes perfect sense having this card in your read. And we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, whatever this path was going to hold you back from long-term success. That's why it didn't come to fruition. That's why it came to an end. There was something bigger that you had to move forward to. Your path was longer. Your journey is still ongoing and working your way towards success. And now you're definitely heading in the right direction. That's what this Five of Swords is speaking to. And then I have the King of Cups. Interesting. So this King of Cups, when he speaks to a person, he can sometimes represent a water sign, like a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. I feel like he's speaking about something different in this read. From him, I see the word evolution. It's like emotional evolution, overcoming obstacles. This is tying into this Knight of Cups and this emotional victory and moving forward, in having this change of fortune coming along, this opportunity, navigating your goals, being able to overcome your obstacles and challenges. He also does speak to somebody who has a creative side as well. This might take some creative thinking to be able to navigate this new path and be able to find success. And then he might have a dual meaning in this read, to be able to tap into that creativity, that creative way of thinking, to be able to move forward. But I definitely see, guys, like I said, I see indecision here. I see worry about making the right choice, about moving on, leaving this tower behind, starting fresh. But in the cards, I see that the starting fresh, this is the best thing that could happen to you. This is what you need. This is what is actually going to take you to where you want to be in life. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a absolutely great rest of your day. Take care.